Hi, welcome to class 2 of Unit 6 History, Early Revolts Against British Rule in Tamil Nadu. Today we are going to see Palaikaras Revolt, which was started in 1755 and lasted up to 1801. Before going into this topic, let us summarize quickly the topics which we have covered in the last class. In the previous class, we saw about the Palaikara system and how it was formed. Initially, the king, Vijayanagar king, would have conquered the southern region of Tamil Nadu, and in order to rule those regions, he appointed the Nayak. These Nayak, in turn, divided those regions, that is the conquered region, into 72 Palayams. Palayams are nothing but the villages. So, villages are also called as the Palayams here. And for each Palayam he appointed a head. These head of the Palayam were called as the Palayakaras. These Palayakaras has to take care of their respective Palayams, and this was known as the Palayakara system. This Palayakara system was introduced in Tamil Nadu by Vishwanatha Nayak, but it was already in practice in Kakatiya kingdom in Andhra under the rule of the king Prataparudra. Next we saw how the power of collecting tax went to the hands of the British. The Nawab of Arcot would have borrowed money from the British during the Carnatic Wars. He was unable to repay the money which he had borrowed. So in order to compensate the debt, he gave the power of collecting tax from the Palayakaras to the British. This led to the conflict between the British and the Palayakaras. First we will see the revolt of Pulidevar, which took place in 1755 and lasted up to 1767. The Palayakaras refused to pay the tax to the British, so the Nawab and the British army together went to Tirunelveli to defeat Pulidevar. In March 1755, Mahafuz Khan is the brother of Arcot Nawab. So the Arcot Nawab is Muhammad Ali, his brother is Mahafuz Khan. He, along with the British army under the control of the head Colonel Herod, went to Tirunelveli. First, they captured Madurai. Then they moved to Tirunelveli to attack Pulidevar, as he continued to disobey the British government. On knowing the arrival of the British, Pulidevar gathered support from the West Palayakaras. These West Palayakaras supported Pulidevar with weapons and soldiers. Therefore, the power of Pulidevar's army force increased. On seeing the power of Pulidevar, Colonel Herod abandoned the plan of attacking Pulidevar. That is, he left out the plan of attacking Pulidevar and he returned to Madurai. Later on, Colonel Herod was called by the British government and he was dismissed from his duty because he did not fulfill the task of defeating Pulidevar. Confederacy and alliance with the enemies of the British. First we will see what is meant by confederacy and alliance. It means making an union and an agreement among group of people to work in a supportive manner. So, a union was made with the enemies of the British. தமிழ்ல எதிரிக்கு எதிரி நண்பன் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அந்த கான்செப்ட் தான் இங்க பார்க்க போறோம். 3 Pathan officers, namely Miana, Mudimiya, Nabikan Katar, supported the Tamil Palayakaras against the British and the Nawabs. So, the 3 Pathan officers, here the Pathan means the Afghans residing in India. So, the Afghan officers who are residing in India are called as the Pathan officers. So they were against the British and the Nawabs, but they supported the Tamil Palaikaras. On knowing this, Pulidevar made a union and maintained a close relationship with these Pathan officers. Pulidevar maintained close relationship with the Pathan officers. He also formed a confederacy, that is, he formed a union with the other Palaikaras to fight against British. All Maravar Palaikaras except the Palaikara of Sivagiri supported Pulidevar. So Pulidevar got the support from all the Maravar Palaikaras. Here the Maravar Palaikaras refers to the Palaikaras of the west. He got the support from all the Palaikaras of the west except the Palaikara of Sivagiri. In the east, the Palaikara of Panjalamguruchi and Ettayapuram did not join the confederacy with Pulidevar. Kalakadu battle. Again Mahfuz Khan proceeded to Tirunelveli with a huge army. We have already seen Mahfuz Khan is the brother of Arcad Nawab. This time he proceeded to Tirunelveli to attack Pulidevar with a huge army which contained 1000 sepoys from the British and 600 sepoys from the Nawabs. So with a total of 1600 sepoys, he proceeded towards Tirunelveli to attack Pulidevar. Meanwhile, Pulidevar got the support from the king of Travancore. A troop of 2000 soldiers joined Pulidevar. In this battle, Mahfuz Khan was defeated. This battle is called as Kalakadu battle because it took place in a place called Kalakadu. In this battle, finally, Mahfuz Khan was defeated. Yusuf Khan and Pulidevar. First we will see briefly about Yusuf Khan. Yusuf Khan is also known as Khan Sahib. He was born to a Saiva Pillai family. His original name was Mardanayagam. Later on, he converted to Muslim and renamed himself as Yusuf Khan. Even though there was a conflict between the British and the Palaikaras, from 1756 to 1763, an opportunity was given to British to interfere in the affairs of Tirunelveli, which was governed by the King of Travancore. So Yusuf Khan was the person who was sent by the British and the Nawabs to deal with the affairs of Tirunelveli. So don't confuse with the names over here. Yusuf Khan, Khan Sahib and Mardanayagam all refers to the same person. Therefore, Yusuf Khan was appointed by the British and the Nawabs and he was sent to Tirunelveli to deal with the affairs over there. Yusuf Khan was dealing with the affairs in Tirunelveli. By 1760, he received big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli. Ammunition means the bullets that are used to fill the guns and the cannons. He received the big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli, and after that he started to battle with the Palaikaras, especially Pulidevar. Yusuf Khan started a battle to capture Nirkattum Seval. This battle lasted for 2 months. At last, on May 16, 1761, he captured major forts such as Nirkattum Seval, Panayur and Vasudevanallur. We already know that Nirkattum Seval is the native place of Pulidevar. In the meantime, French was totally defeated by British in a battle. Therefore, the unity among the Palaikaras in the southern part of Tamil Nadu started to break. Palaikaras of Seidur, Travancore, Uthumalai and Surandai moved away from the confederacy made with the Pulidevar. That is, they joined to move away from the union that they made with the Pulidevar. Next, Yusuf Khan was put to death in 1764 by Nawabs and British. So, இங்கதான் twist இருக்கு. Actually, Yusuf Khan was sent by the British and Nawabs to deal with the affairs in Tirunelveli. But at last, he was hanged to death by these Nawabs and British. The reason is, Yusuf Khan started to negotiate with the Palayakaras without informing the administration. So, he was hanged to death by the British and the Nawabs. Another, the Yusuf Khan, he started to mingle with the Palayakaras and he had some discussions with these Palayakaras, and he came to an agreement without informing the administration, that is the British. So he was hanged to death by the British and Nawabs in 1764. Pulidevar maintained a close relationship with the Pathan officers, and he also formed a confederacy with the other Palayakaras. Meanwhile, the British got the support from the Raja of Ramanathapuram and Pudukottai. Now, Pulidevar tried to get the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore and the French, but Hyder Ali was unable to support Pulidevar as he was already locked in a battle with Marathas. So Hyder Ali was want to support Pulidevar, but he was unable to support Pulidevar as he was already locked in a battle with the Marathas. Fall of Pulidevar. After the death of Yusuf Khan, Pulidevar recaptured his native place Nirkatam Seval in 1764. However, Pulidevar was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. But again, Pulidevar escaped from the prison, and unluckily he was again caught by the British. But this time, Pulidevar was put to exile. Exile means he was taken away from his home country to another country, and he was not allowed to re-enter his home country. This is called as exile. That is, in Tamil, Naadu Kadattal Solrolaya, that is called as exile. So therefore, it is believed that Pulidevar was dead in exile. So finally, in 1767, the revolt of the great, brave Pulidevar came to an end. We saw the revolt of Pulidevar against the British and the Nawabs. In this revolt, we should not forget an important character. He is Ondi Veeran. Ondi Veeran led one of the army unit of Pulidevar. He fought against British and Nawabs and caused a great damage to the British army. In a battle, Ondi Veeran's hand was chopped off. On seeing that, Pulidevar was very much worried. But Ondi Veeran consoled Pulidevar by saying that loss of his hand is only a minor thing, and he was very much proud for causing a great damage in enemy's fort. So therefore, the loyalty and patriotism of Ondi Veeran is clearly proved here. Finally, we will have a quick review of the revolt of Pulidevar, which was started in 1755. In March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, along with the British army under the control of Colonel Heron, they proceeded towards Tirunelveli. First, they conquered Madurai, and on seeing the increased power of Pulidevar, Colonel Heron abandoned the plan of attacking Pulidevar. Therefore, Colonel Heron was dismissed from his duties. Next comes the confederacy and alliance with enemies of the British. Here, the Pathan officers supported the Tamil Palayakaras, so therefore Pulidevar maintained a good relationship with these pagan officers, and also the Palayakaras of the west supported Pulideva and they made a union. Pulideva also asked the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore. Even though Hyder Ali wants to support Pulideva, but he was locked in a battle with Marathas. On the other side, British got the support from the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukottai. Next comes the Kalakadu battle. This battle is called as Kalakadu battle because the battle took place in a place called Kalakadu. In this battle, Mahafaz Khan was defeated by Pulideva. Next comes Yusuf Khan and Pulideva. Yusuf Khan is also called as Khan Sahib or Mardanayaga. Yusuf Khan was appointed by the Nawabs and the British to deal with the internal affairs of Tirunelveli. Yusuf Khan started to conquer the regions of Tirunelveli like Nirkatum Seval, Panayur and Vasudevanallur. Nirkatum Seval was the native place of Pulideva. Yusuf Khan started to negotiate, that is, he started to mingle with the Palayakaras and he was in agreement with them. On seeing this, the Nawabs and the British hanged Yusuf Khan to death. After the death of Yusuf Khan, Pulideva re-entered and captured the native place Nirkatum Seval. But he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Finally, Pulideva died in exile. Finally, the revolt of Pulideva came to an end in 1767. Home task: go through the lesson, read the lesson up to the topics what we have covered, read it twice or thrice. As I have already told you, take a short notes on these slides. So இங்க இருக்கிற ஸ்லைட்ஸே வந்து ஒரு ஷார்ட்டா ஒரு நோட்ஸ் மாதிரி எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க, so that it will help you to understand the lesson better and it will also help you for a quick reference. Coming to the book back exercises, in the answer the questions briefly. You can answer the third and fourth question. We will have a short discussion on these questions. Third question: why was Heron dismissed from his service? Colonel Heron was dismissed from his service because he did not fulfill the task which was given by his admin. What was the task given to Colonel Heron? He was given the task of defeating Pulideva, but he did not fulfill the task, so he was dismissed from his service. Fourth question: what was the significance of the Battle of Kalakadu? We have seen about the Battle of Kalakadu. In this battle, Mahafaz Khan, the brother of Arcad Nawab, he will be defeated by Pulideva. So refer your notes and answer these questions. In the next class, we will see the revolt of Velu Nachiyar against the British and Nawabs.